Come be yourself with the Central Oregon Autism Moms Podcast. I'm Kate. Let's spend some time together. Welcome to the Central Oregon Autism Moms Podcast, Episode 3. I'm Kate. Thanks for hanging out with me today, or should I say tonight, since it is almost 10 p.m. The weather has been unpredictable in Central Oregon, so I hope you've been able to stay warm lately and had some time to enjoy that beautiful day we had on Monday. When our son was around 2 years old, well before we received our diagnosis, we had a minor scare. My husband and I were putting away laundry in our bedroom, with the bedroom door open. Our son was pacing around our apartment, which at the time we didn't think anything of. We never once saw him play with the doorknob, ever. Never seemed like he had any interest in it at all, in fact. Well, as we're folding laundry, suddenly we hear a strange male voice say, "Hello?" We said hello back in what I hope came across as a real protective tone. It took us only a second to get back to the front door to find this strange man trying to keep our son inside the apartment with the front door open. The man then proceeds to tell us that he was walking by and noticed our front door open and our little boy running across the courtyard. The man didn't know it at the time, but our son was headed for the playground. I was mortified. I knew if it hadn't been for this man, we may not have known where he had gone, might not have known what direction he went in, and I knew we were very lucky. And I felt like a horrible parent. How could I have let our 2-year-old escape our apartment like that? Of course, all of us have stories like this. According to the AWAARE.org, 49% of children on the spectrum attempt to, quote-unquote, elope from a safe environment. And that is a rate nearly 4 times higher than their unaffected siblings. In 2012, the National Autism Association found that from 2009 to 2011, accidental drowning accounted for 91% of the total deaths reported in children on the spectrum connected to wandering. 2 in 3 parents of elopers reported their missing children had close calls with traffic injuries. 3 families in the last week have suffered a tragic loss because their angels wandered. Michaela Lynch was found 9 days after she escaped from her home. Drew Howell was missing and was found later the same day in the river, close to where his family was vacationing. Owen was playing on a Florida beach with his family when he wandered off, and he was found later, washed up ashore. My heart and prayers go out to these families and all the families who have ever lost an angel like this. It could be any one of our kids. No matter how vigilant, no matter how watchful we are, it can happen. Our kids are brilliant. They can pick locks and open doors and get through gates. In honor of these 3 beautiful children, I wanted to remind you all of some resources that we have available to us. If you go to the website AWAARE.org, you'll find the link in the show notes. You'll be able to find information on how to keep your child safe. There's the Big Red Safety Toolkit, which is free, and it has checklists, emergency plans, social stories, and more. They also have ways to communicate to local law enforcement, first responders, and your child's school to make sure they know what to do. The Deschutes County Sheriff's Office has teamed up with Project Lifesaver to create a rapid response system to locate people who are at risk of wandering. To find out more information about this program, just have to call the Deschutes County Sheriff's Office at 541-388-6501. But I want to hear what you guys do. Maybe you know some resources I don't. So the question of the week is, what do you do for wandering? Let us know. All the talk about wandering has made me think about vigilance. When your kid has this habit, there's really no moment to take a breath. When you're at the playground, it's not easy to just sit back in the park bench and chat. we have to keep our eyes open every second. There's a reason why they say it takes a village to raise a child. We cannot be expected to be vigilant 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, forever. There's a reason why guards in the military stay at one post for only 2 to 4 hours at a time. It's unreasonable to expect anyone to exercise extreme due diligence for extended periods. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to tag in another caregiver, even if it's only for 20 minutes. Take some time for you. Read a magazine or do nothing at all. We owe it to our children to be well rested and ready for the next day. That's why the challenge of the week is to find a way to make some time for you, even if it's just a few minutes. And don't be afraid to ask for help so you can let your mind take some time off. In honor of our challenge this week, I wanted to introduce you to a program from the Autism Society of Oregon. It's called Take a Break on ASO. Not that you need to be reminded, but parents and other caregivers often don't have enough time for themselves, and we need a break to re-energize. To help, the Autism Society of Oregon launched the Take a Break on ASO program in 2007. Under the program, the caregiver and a guest receive a $25 restaurant gift certificate, 2 movie tickets, and up to 4 hours of respite care. The ASO actually pays the respite care provider $12 an hour. The participants are selected on a first-come, first-served basis around the state, and there is a lengthy wait list. But don't be afraid to put yourself on it. This is just the break that you need. For more information, you can contact the Autism Society of Oregon at 503-636-1676, toll free at 1-888-AUTISM-1, or contact our local chapter reps. Of course, all this information will be in our show notes. Events and things to look forward to in Central Oregon. The first Central Oregon Autism Moms event is getting closer. Our first dinner will be June 14th at Meredith's. For information, you can check out the Facebook page or send us an email at coampodcast@gmail.com. The dates for the Deborah McLean training have been changed to June 14th and 15th. For more information, contact the Central Oregon Disability Support Network. Parents and caregivers of children affected by disability support group schedule is as follows. The Redmond group meets on the second Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. at the Manzanita building. The Bend group meets on the fourth Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. at Abilitree. SIBS Connect, a sibling of children affected by disability support group run by SIBS for SIBS, is also on the fourth Tuesday of every month at Abilitree. Childcare for these groups is provided free of charge. There's a used book sale with a great selection at the Bend Community Center Thursday, May 23rd through May 25th. It's a fundraiser for the United Senior Citizens of Bend. Join the East Cascades Audubon Society in the Old Mill District Saturday, May 24th for guided bird walks along the Deschutes River. Whether you're a beginning or advanced birder, everyone is welcome. The event is free. Binoculars are available for checkout. I was finally able to buy a new vacuum this week. It's been 2 weeks since our vacuum finally gave up on us, and honestly, it was barely working for the last year. I gotta say, you never realize how much your old vacuum has been slacking off as much as when you see the cup fill up so fast in your new vacuum. Anyway, it's not a big vacuum, but the box is about 3 feet high and maybe 3 or 4 inches square. In a moment of playful brilliance, I decided to bring the box with both ends open into my son's room and let him play. Now he crawls through the middle of it, jumps on top of it, and we can even make it into a slide. I never thought a vacuum box would bring my family so much joy. This has been episode 3 of the Central Oregon Autism Moms Podcast. As always, there will be links to everything we've talked about in our show notes at coampodcast.blogspot.com. You can email me at coampodcast@gmail.com. And you can find the Central Oregon Autism Moms group on Facebook. And of course, you can find links to all of this in the box below the video. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I can't wait to meet you on June 14th.